For the first time in 14 years, something big is about to happen in the smartphone world. Apple is finally on track to overtake Samsung and become the #1 smartphone maker on the planet. But how did Apple reach this moment? And why now, after more than a decade? Let's dive in. For years, Samsung has held the crown in the global smartphone market. They shipped the most phones, reached the most markets, and dominated in the low to mid-range categories. But now, the tide is turning. According to a new report by Counterpoint Research, Apple is expected to ship around 243 million iPhones in 2025, while Samsung is predicted to ship 235 million. That means Apple will not only take the lead, it will do so by a clear margin. Apple's global market share is expected to hit 19.4%, compared to Samsung's 10.7%. So, what's happening behind the scenes? A big part of Apple's success comes from its latest lineup. The iPhone 17 series, launched in September. Counterpoint Research says the series had a bumper holiday season. In just the first 4 weeks after launch, US sales were 12% higher than the iPhone 16 lineup. China, crucial market, saw 18% higher sales. But the new phones alone don't explain everything. There's something else happening. Millions of people bought smartphones during the COVID-19 boom. And now, 3 to 4 years later, those same devices are reaching the end of their cycle. This has created a massive upgrade wave. Counterpoint's senior analyst, Yang Wang, says this upgrade cycle has reached an inflection point. In simple terms, people are ready, maybe even eager to buy new phones again, and most of them, they're choosing iPhones. Here's something surprising. Between 2023 and mid-2025, 358 million second-hand iPhones were sold worldwide. And what does that mean? Those users will eventually upgrade to, and history tells us, if someone buys a used iPhone once, they almost always buy a new iPhone the next time. This creates a huge built-in demand pipeline that keeps growing year after year. Apple also enjoyed some strong global tailwinds. A trade truce between the US and China reduced tariff pressure. A weaker US dollar boosted sales. In foreign markets, emerging economies showed stronger demand. Consumer confidence improved throughout 2024 and 2025. All of this helped Apple push ahead more smoothly than expected. Meanwhile, Samsung is facing pressure from every direction. In the low to mid-range market, its strongest category, Chinese competitors are growing fast. Brands like Xiaomi, Oppo, Vivo, and Honor are capturing younger, budget-focused consumers. This makes it harder for Samsung to climb back to the top. Counterpoint Research believes Apple will keep the #1 spot all the way through 2029, because Apple is planning big moves. 1. iPhone 17e, a cheaper entry-level model launching next year. This will give Apple more reach in emerging markets. 2. A foldable iPhone, a long-awaited product that could reshape the premium segment. 3. A major Siri upgrade. Apple is integrating deeper AI features, making the ecosystem even more attractive. 4. A major iPhone redesign in 2027, one of the biggest cosmetic upgrades in years. 5. Expanding across all price tiers, from budget E models to Pro Max flagships. Apple wants to dominate every level of the smartphone market. One more thing. People love the iOS ecosystem. The more devices they own, AirPods, Mac, Apple Watch, iPad, the harder it becomes to leave. This ecosystem loyalty is one of Apple's strongest weapons. And with millions of older iPhones still in use, all waiting for upgrades, Apple's lead is expected to grow. So here we are. After 14 long years, Apple is finally set to surpass Samsung in global smartphone shipments. Not because of one big change, but because of a combination of smart product strategy, strong upgrade cycles, booming second-hand demand, global economic advantages, and a loyal ecosystem that keeps expanding. If things continue at this pace, Apple will hold the top spot through the rest of the decade. The smartphone war isn't over, but Apple is entering its strongest era yet.